This is from Howl by Allen Ginsberg. Who lost their loved boys to the three old shrews of fate, the one-eyed shrew of the heterosexual dollar, the one-eyed shrew that winks out of the womb, and the one-eyed shrew that does nothing but sit on her ass and snip the intellectual golden threads of the craftsman's loom. Copulated, ecstatic, and insatiate with a bottle of beer, a sweetheart, a package of cigarettes, a candle, and fell off the bed, and continued along the floor and down the hall, and ended fainting on the wall with a vision of ultimate cunt and cum eluding the last jism of consciousness, who sweetened the snatches of a million girls trembling in the sunset, and were red-eyed in the morning, but prepared to sweeten the snatch at the sunrise, flashing buttocks under bars and naked in the lake, who went out whoring through Colorado in mirrored stolen night cars. N.C., secret hero of these poems, coxman and Adonis of Denver, joy to the memory of his innumerable lays of girls in empty lots and diner backyards, movie houses, rickety rows, on mountain tops, in caves, or with gaunt wakenesses, in familiar roadside, lonely petticoat upliftings, and especially secret gas station solipsisms of John's, and hometown alleyways too, who faded out in vast sordid movies, were shifted in dreams, woke on a sudden in Manhattan, and picked themselves up out of basements hung over with heartless Tokai and horrors of Third Avenue iron dreams, and stumbled to unemployment offices, who walked all night with their shoes full of blood on the snowbank docks, waiting for a door on the East River to open to a room full of steam heat and opium, who created great suicidal dramas on the apartment cliff banks of the Hudson under the wartime blue floodlight of the moon, and their heads shall be crowned with laurel in oblivion.
This is a story about destruction. About a world burned, and burned again. Burned over. This is a story about the death of a world that died so long ago there are none now who remember it. We took refuge here, in Convergence Valley. In this isolated place, we could be saved from the devastation that fell outside, and as the world burned, we hid away here, among the peaks. Beside the slope of Do Not Go There, at the end of the world, in the vast, barren expanse of the flats, yes, at the mouth of the river that is her mouth. It was a strange and hostile place, but in a world gone mad, it was home. And we survived. And maybe, for a time, we thrived. And then the unthinkable happened. Shoots through the ashes. Little by little, the world once burned over, it began to heal. Green shoots returned to the flats. The winds that cut us off from the outside world were becalmed, caught in the doldrums of something else, something waiting. And Convergence Valley was no longer a place of refuge, but a prison. Or was it something else? This is a story about what happens when a nation falls. This is a story about what happens when everything we took for granted is upended and destroyed. This is a story about a shelter torn asunder by the forces of human lives and human will. This is a story about that most destructive thing of all. This is a story about hope. Welcome to Convergence Valley, or what's left of it.
Naked muscle.
Now recording.
Now recording.
Should we be recording? I don't know. Well, let's do it anyway.
A puddle of now recording. Yes.
Yes. You need.
Good. Beautiful.
I
Okay.
look forward.
I'm going to start the Audacity.
You look forward. Good. Yes, please start your Audacity.
I look back. Is anybody looking to the side? We
False
need a
binary.
360. No, we need a 360
Okay,
degree
fine.
radius of sight, so we avoid predators.
I'm actually pretty
Yeah,
bad at
actually-
checking both sides of the road before I cross it.
That's because
Well,
you live in
there's our
Dhaka
sacrifice.
and you know that traffic could emerge from any side of the road, including directly behind you from the building.
Mm.
Sorry to say.
Is anyone
Wise
looking
words.
up?
Oh, there are 5 of us, so we can. Yeah, we can cover up. As well.
Yes.
Mm.
360 no scope non-binary.
What's
Anyway.
up, dog?
Yes. Okay, shall I read us in, or do we have more things on the list of things?
I could continue talking about the moon coconut, but I think we should not do that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, okay. So I guess not this session things, but long-term things for Lady Iskandaric. So, I do like Salty's idea of having Ashurdan as some kind of partner. I don't think it's possible to have him as a lieutenant in the short term. So, yeah. At some
You are
point,
in direct opposition to him at the moment, but yes, maybe you can turn this around.
Yeah, exactly. It'll take some time. So, but over the next couple of sessions, I do want to sort out my the makeup of my squad, I guess. The other thing I was
you want to transfer in some new players?
Precisely. But I can begin work on that this session as well, because I have lost 2 guys and I need to replace them with, I guess, local talent. Yeah. The second thing is the Kaivan Kahan. I was saying to Zoheb yesterday that.
Welcome back, everyone, to Desperate Attune and to Apocalypse World Burned Over, which we are still playing. I am your host, Holly, and as usual, we have our madcap team of Ravagers and Raiders in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. For example, Tree. Hello.
My cap
Tree
is
resents
actually
this.
very sane, unlike me.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Tree. They have been doing surgery on me, but they have so far failed to be successful.
Good. Tree surgery. Yes, Aadiyat. Hello.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Fine, thank you.
Hello, Salty.
It's true. I was the surgeon.
And Klow.
And I too am here.
Yes. Good. A relatively short read-in of everyone this time. Whether it was hinged or not, I shall let the listener decide. Left as an exercise for the reader. So, we are in the middle of some action now. We're in the thick of it. We got started in the swing of things last session, and at the moment, all of the characters are split up. So, rather than have one person do the recap, can we maybe have a short recap from each of the players? I think that makes sense, because each of you are in a separate situation at the moment. So going in reverse order, Klow, do you want to start with what Tar-Minotaur did and what Tar-Minotaur is currently doing?
Yes. Tar-Minotaur decided to go find Vice President Cotopaxi, who is currently away for his spring wardrobe shopping in the Grand Caravanserai. Tar-Minotaur went down there after fighting a sort of chimera cockroach monster thingy, bridge troll sort of thing, and went over there to find Vice President Cotopaxi, failed to find Vice President Cotopaxi, did manage to find Vice President Cotopaxi's servant, the Batman, and immediately executed this man, because of... Because, as was previously revealed a couple episodes ago, Tar-Minotaur had a vision that revealed that Vice President Cotopaxi's Batman had let raiders in to the presidential palace and let it fall, and they had burned it. This happened in the past.
In this way, Vice President Cotopaxi's Batman is much like our real-life Batman, letting clowns in to the city for his own personal benefit.
Very good. Yes.
I didn't know that was what he was doing.
That was roughly exactly the situation. Yes. And do you mind telling me what your plans are for this session?
Yes. I don't mind. I'm going to talk to the Vice President. After killing the servant, Tar-Minotaur had looked around at the various people assembled and said, "Take me to your leader." And they were like, "We don't know where he is."
Yes.
I would like to go meet him so that I can explain to him why I killed a servant.
Yes, and I believe you also have on your agenda to possibly go see your squire, since you're somewhere in the vicinity. You're at a different market, but you're at a market.
Yes, that'll be nice. We'll
Yeah.
see if we can make it happen.
We will also see if we will see more of the markets this time. Very good, thank you. And then continuing in reverse order, Salty, what were you up to last time? Or what was Perfidelity Evergreen up to last time?
So, Perfidelity Evergreen took a midnight train going anywhere to the cloud bazaars and the
Very
cloud
good.
markets up
But
there.
not anywhere.
And unfortunately, anywhere did happen to be right into Ahiri's eye line. And then we went back on the train after a very tense conversation in an alleyway. And yeah, I stole bits of a train.
Yeah, and Perfidelity looked like a gauche peasant attempting to look cool.
So Perfidelity now has a very nice fur coat from Thick as a Brick, handed down from...
Which does not work.
Yes,
I'm
handed
afraid.
down from
Sorry.
one of the targets Ahiri sent the red demons after. And then I talked to a train, and the train didn't like me taking a plaque off of it. And meanwhile, just ignoring the person who does want to talk to me in favour of trains, because trains are more important than people. Trains are friends.
And you would like to continue working on the train this session?
I would like to continue working on the train, with the train, around the train, on top of the train, underneath the train.
Yes. Very good. In all positions vis-a-vis a train. What about Lady Iskandaric? What did you do last session?
Yeah, so left in charge of the tower, Lady Iskandaric thought it was necessary to actually get the people who live there on board. So she went to speak with Angelica, the angel, and I suppose like the community head, and told her that it was in everyone's best interest if they did what she told them to do. She pointed out that the last administration had failed them, continued to fail them, and that she was better placed to protect her people. Angelica challenged her to speak through the tower, and Lady Iskandaric totally did, and it was awesome. After that came the more, I guess, boring stuff of actually doing administration. So Lady Iskandaric learned about a supply route, like a new supply route, by one of Ashurdan being the knight who is staging a revolt against the highest ranking knight in the valley at the moment. So he's got a new supply line. Lady Iskandaric wants to raid that to get stuff for the tower.
Yes, a supply line that is run by a merchant called Revolver Pinata, who's been cropping up in everyone's story arcs a little bit. And
did we explain to the listeners, by the way, sorry to interrupt, who exactly Ashurdan is and what's going on with that?
Yes, please do explain it, since you're talking.
Right, so...
Or don't.
Sure, but I mean, I think it's important to know who Ashurdan is.
No, sorry,
because...
I was making a joke. Please do it. But also, I'm just saying, not doing that is an option you have.
I see. Thank you, Trey. So, at the edge of the valley, there is a fortress that guards the main entrance to it. It is called Polemarch's Fortress, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And the Knight Polemarch, 12 Bullets Smith, I think is her name, is in charge. She's the highest ranking knight in the valley, and she is looking out for something coming over the horizon. Ashurdan used to be one of her captains, I guess. We said Knight Lochagos. He was more concerned about the evil that still lurked within the valley, so he broke off, went off for a bit, and then he came back claiming that he'd done it. He'd killed all of evil, and it was all fine now. And because Knight Polemark Smith hadn't done anything, that she should step down and put him in charge instead. Smith didn't find this very impressive, and now the two are going to war. Well, Ashurdan's going to war against Smith. Smith doesn't really care.
Yep. So there is this standoff at the edge of the valley, which we have not seen yet, but you are now raiding Ashurdan's supply line. And we shall see what comes of that. Your plan, I believe, was to gather some information first. Is that still correct?
That is correct.
Very good. And lastly, then, Ahiri, what were you up to last time?
Hello, greetings. It is I. I was attempting to solve problems, wheel, deal, emotionally heal, that kind of thing. I had this rando turn up in my life and say that, he was going to be the new gear cutter in my life, Scooche Bronin. Don't know, it also could be an opportunity. And while I was trying to solve that opportunity, somebody else in this amazing fur coat that didn't work for them at all turned up, and I was like, well, maybe you can solve this instead. And so now I'm talking to the person who runs the train, Kid Gloves, because I think that Kid Gloves could benefit from some help, from some gear cutting. And then maybe also, set up a kind of a defense against the kind of stuff that's going down with, like, this guy, Ashurdan, and, other similar things. Hi, yes.
Excellent. And I suppose that is roughly also your plan for this session. Yep. Okay, so that's all our situations. And we shall begin. This time I will also have us open the session separately, since all of the characters are separate. But let us begin by looking at Lady Iskandaric, who is the only person who only has one move to open with this session. And I would like that to be your living day to day, please. Your barter roll.
Correct. Okay, so I have money, which is good. Okay, well, it was not good because it's a 5.
That's what happens when you roll with the wrong channel.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's what you deserve.
Wow. Oof.
Yes.
Snake eyes.
It is a failure. Despite your money situation, you're not on top of things economically.
Mhm.
And so something is hard for you and something is impossible. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And so I will tell you what is hard to come by, and that is good information. You gathered some information last time on the situation with the supply routes. You learned that it is at a river crossing, that your best way in and out is there, among other things. But I think what will be hard for you this time is accurate information on this river crossing. So you know where it is taking place. You know that the best place to strike is when they load and unload things, often on a barge. What you don't know is precisely, well, a lot of other things. It's not impossible for you to find out, right? But it's hard. So intelligence of the military kind is hard. What is impossible to you at the moment? Let me see. I had already decided what might be easy or hard here. I think what is impossible for you to get at the moment is, I think it's breathing room. I think you don't have, you simply do not have time. Things have unfolded so much quicker than you thought.
Damn. Okay. So information is hard to come by, and there's less time.
Yeah. And so, yeah, the situation is, I think, that you look into this, right? You have surveyed it, you have used the radio to oversee it. And where we will open the scene is that you have found out that a shipment is coming now. And it seems to be a quite valuable shipment. and you have received word of this, but there is definitely a lot of activity going on besides it. So not only is this shipment coming, but there's a lot of people moving about for what appears to be unrelated purposes down by this river crossing.
Hmm. Let's see.
And yeah, from the lay of the land, you get, I think you get conflicting information. You have Cartometric as your main scout, but you have a couple of people scouting, right? And the information you get in is contradictory. Like there's people moving this way, there's people moving that way, and the shipment is coming, and we do not have much time.
Ooh, all right. Lots of people moving around. The shipment is coming. Yeah. Okay. I think. Sure. We can just jump into the scene then. Right?
Yeah.
Unless there's
Yes.
something else.
Absolutely. So, I think what is happening is you have been planning on gathering some information, and it might still be that you can. It's just hard, and you have little time. But I think we open the scene on you and your gang rolling out on your four-wheelers, because it's the situation that you don't have to attack right away, but you definitely have to get into position right away in order to prepare for this. So you have to leave the tower in a hurry, and you can tell me if there's something you try to do first. But like I said, there will be very little time to do it. So
No,
unless
I think,
you, yeah.
And as I said, since time is impossible, I think we just gotta go for it. Right?
Mhm. Yeah.
We just like the.
So I think
news has come. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're out.
So I think we open on your gang of four-wheelers rolling out. You're motorized. You're on your vehicles. You're heading down towards where you know this river crossing is. And in fact, where you're driving at the moment is along the railroad that connects the rail mall back to where the rail mall is. There are these railroads that crisscross the valley in kind of mysterious patterns, which ones were operated by multiple trains, but now the rail mall is all that remains, except for the little trams in the cloud market. There are a few other mobile places, but they travel much less far. And so it has a look of being this like semi-abandoned railroad, like grass grows between the sleepers, and there isn't much in the ways of whereabouts. But then you come unexpectedly to a railroad station. And as you're kind of trying to head by stealth down to where the river crossing is, you realize that there must be someone here in this station.
Okay.
And so, yeah, the question I have for you here is, do you attempt to approach this unexpected railroad station by stealth, or do you just blaze past it and head for your target? Like, how do you want to play it? So the situation is, you're driving down the railroad. There is a station that somehow your scouts overlooked when they were scouting out this place. There are people there, and it is between you and where you want to go.
Okay. Cool. So just so I'm clear on the stakes here, so is this just a curiosity, or I mean, I guess I could read a sitch instead
You
of
could.
just. Yeah.
You can read the situation. Yeah. All you know for now is that there are people and a house where you didn't expect there to be people and a house, and information is hard to come by. So you have no immediate idea of what this means. Is this a guard post? Is this a vanguard? Is this just an unrelated little settlement that happened to be here? You have no idea.
I
Which
think,
part of the valley is this in, by the way?
So this is, I'm imagining this to be the same river that Tar-Minotaur crossed, although not in the exact same place.
Okay.
So we have the flats on the opposite side of it, which is not where you are coming from. And then we have where the shipment is coming from is, I think, mysterious. We never really pinned that down, but it is probably coming from Polemarch's fortress.
Okay.
Being headed down the other way, because I think this is a trade caravan. This is not a supply run to Polemarch's fortress. This is money being supplied, valuable goods and resources that somehow Ashurdan is looking to trade for something, something like that. Yep.
Yeah. We never really pinned down where locations are in relation to each other.
Nope.
No.
This is true. Maybe we should be more specific about that. But I'm imagining, at least, that because Polemarch's fortress is east in the valley, is it not? Or am I wrong about that?
Oh, we never said.
We never said. Well, then now I'm saying that it is east, and there is a caravan coming westward from it that is headed towards the markets, which are probably more central to the valley.
Okay, so it's a shipment coming from Polymer's Fortress, not going to it. That's interesting.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So it is. It was a shipment for Revolver Pinata, as I recall, or at least handled by Revolver Pinata, who of course works closely with Ashurdan.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I think instinctively, upon seeing unexpected station, you don't want to. You'd at least think to yourself, what's going on here? Huh? So
Yep.
yeah, let's read a search.
Yep, you stop, you try to survey the situation, maybe ask a couple of questions from your lieutenants. We don't have to play it out, but that's how you get this.
Okay, so that was a 9.
Mhm.
And I can ask okay, one question. And the question is yeah, I think I just want to know if there's something funny going around here. So what should I be on the lookout for? What makes me think so?
Okay. What you should be on the lookout for and what makes you think so is... Yeah, okay, so I think it takes you a moment, and I think none of your crew really spotted this because your crew is kind of low-tech, but you have recently familiarized yourself with the more advanced communications equipment that is available in this valley, right? The station has a radio antenna, and it does not look like it's an old world radio antenna that's just kind of still there. It looks like it's been put up since, which means the people in here can send messages.
Oh.
And they can send messages, well, with a radio, so instantly. And you suspect that they are the sort of people who, if they have a radio antenna and they live here, they're probably the sort of people who use it if they see heavily armed people around.
Yeah, okay.
So there's no heavily contingent of guards here, but there are definitely people here who can report on your movements to, well, whoever it might be, you're not sure, but you should definitely be on the lookout for it.
Yeah, well, since it's here and looks interesting, I think we'll stop. We'll stop. I feel like we've been driving for a while anyway, right? And
Yeah,
you gotta.
You're
you gotta
getting
stop every
close
now
to
and
where
again.
you want to go. It's just the case that you must stop occasionally, of course, but yeah, you are not entirely sure on where this river crossing is going to happen, but you're getting near.
Yeah.
Okay. So your engines pull to a stop some distance away from this station, and your people eye you kind of cautiously, wondering what's going on, but no one questions it.
Yeah, and the Iskandaric just goes, "All right, boys, we're taking a little pit stop here. There's people in there, so we're gonna approach a bit slowly, fan out, converge in the center. Once we know the place is safe, we'll take a little breather, all right, and be on our way."
Okay. It sounds like you're triggering the leadership move here because you're trying to instruct them to do a kind of complicated maneuver. Is that fair?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Then let us see the leadership move and let us see how this goes. So when you give your gang an order, if it lines up with their impulses, generally they obey it. I don't think generally this agrees with their impulses. If they won't, roll plus hard.
Yeah, and it was a 6. It was a 6 is what it was.
Okay, so it does not go well.
No, that's not good.
On a miss, maybe they still do it, but you'll hear about it later. Maybe they refuse, or maybe they even make a bid to replace you as their leader. Well, they will not make a bid to replace you as the leader in this moment. What will happen here is they will still do it, but it's not that you will hear about it later. They will do this really incompetently.
Okay.
So they have learned from the death of Luke that this, they are not questioning you at the moment. You govern this with an iron fist. And in fact, I think you have the problem that is very classical of people who rule very tightly and with an iron fist, which is that they don't ask you any questions. No one dares to question you, which means that everyone just kind of makes assumptions from this fan out instruction. And so they begin to spread out into the woods. And you realize pretty quickly that what is happening here is that they're spreading out so far from each other that there's some woods here, there's some trees, there's some foliage that you can't communicate visually. You basically can't communicate at all except by shouting to each other. Which, of course, kind of spoils the idea of trying to do anything by stealth.
Right. Mm.
So you lose contact with about half your gang, unless you're willing to just raise your voice and shout really loud.
I mean, the whole point was to stealth in. I think what Iskandaric will do is just make, a face and then rub the bridge of her nose and go, oh my god, all right. And to the ones that are still nearby, she'll say,
Yeah, you know who you have nearby? Your lieutenant, thick as a brick. He is
Of
the one
course.
who stayed closest to you and the one you can easily communicate with. But
He's
go
a
on.
great listener.
he's a great listener. Yeah, I think, but I think even the others who are in, within, her, she can see are still,
Yeah.
she can't shout instructions at them, so she just whispers to, all right, Brick, you're with me. Right, as my lieutenant, you're taking point. So we're gonna go through. Is there a collection of buildings or just one? Just the station?
Is there? It's just the station. It's
Is it-
it's a train station building. But yeah, it's Mhm.
Yeah, it goes.
Right.
All right, Brick, you're taking point. All right.
Mhm. Yeah. All right, and he does. He begins to
Yeah.
move ahead. He has understood the directive of stealth. So as you tell him to take point, he begins to move ahead quickly and stealthily and resolutely and with a weapon raised.
Mhm.
I like the thought of him actually being on your left side.
Yes. What weapon does Thick as a Brick have at the moment? Like, how have you equipped him? Because
We
your crew has some
are-
pretty heavy weaponry. Is that what he carries around regularly, or?
We have.
We all have the same
Yeah,
things all the time, no?
Yeah, I think. I mean, these are all the things that we've always got: knives and chains and hatchets and stuff.
You have shrapnel guns. You also
Yeah,
have rocket
shrapnel.
tubes. So
Yeah, but bit overkill for this situation, though.
Yeah, and they're braced. I don't think you can just carry them around. They have to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
put against something.
So my
Yeah.
question is, what weapon is Thick as a Brick hefting at the moment? Is it a shrapnel gun? Is it a knife? Like, what do you tell him to approach with?
He feels like the guy who's just got a axe, right?
Yeah.
Like a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got the hunter's rifle. He's going ahead with the melee melee weapon. I'm behind with the ranged weapon.
So
Very classic.
you don't trust him with one of the hunting rifles that only has 15 bullets between the 15 of you?
This is correct.
Good.
Yes. So he sneaks up with his axe. He has it hefted. He is ready for quick action.
Hmm.
And what do you do? Do you follow close behind him, or?
Yeah, close behind him, and yeah, just gonna go tell him that. Like, I'll tell him so I think we were trying to get around the back and peered in through the windows, to see how many people are here, like what we're actually up against.
Very good. So I think there is no role necessarily here to do this. It's just that your miss means that you have kind of lost the ability to communicate with your gang, right? So Brick heads up towards a window and looks inside, and the wrinkle here, I guess, is that since he is taking point, you can't see what he actually sees, but he ducks away. The moment he looks in the window, he goes like, "Oh shit!"
What
and
is it?
flinches back. And he goes, I think they might have seen me.
And who's they?
It's a little gang of folks. I don't think there's a lot of them. It's just, we were meant to do this by stealth, and one of them's got a weapon. One of them's definitely got a weapon, and the other one is on one of those talkie-walkie things.
Good. That's not good. All right, fuck it. We're going in front and central. All right.
Yeah.
Take us a Brick. I think is a fairly large fellow.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a Brick. and I'm going to instruct him to kick the door open, and and the ones of the gang who are like who I can still see, I do the military finger like hand signals that we're going in.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, you're going in hot on these
We're
people.
going in hot.
Yeah, very good. So, Thick as a Brick takes the axe and just bursts open the back door, which is next to this window, and rushes in. And I feel as though there is a move here, even though it is your minion that's starting this. So,
Act under fire?
yeah, I think it's act under
Yeah.
fire. Hold it together under stress. Yes, makes sense. So roll plus cool.
It's a 7.
Okay, so you flinch, hesitate, waver, or stall. Choose the which and ask the MC what it costs you. You might suffer harm. So, do you flinch, hesitate, waver, or stall?
And mark your stat.
Thank you. Flinch, hesitate, waver, or stall.
So
Well,
I
they all
think
kind of sound the same.
yeah,
but
they kind of do. I agree.
Yeah. Sure, any of them is fine.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what I see when I go in.
Yeah. So I think what happens here is that your self-preservation instincts tell you to linger behind the moment. Like Thick as a Brick goes in first, and you were fully ready to just burst in the door after him, but something in you tells you that that would be a bad idea. And that turns out to be, in fact, a correct decision, probably, because a gun is pointed your way. And the situation which happens here is what this will cost you, what this hesitation will cost you, is that someone points a gun at you. And Thick as a Brick is very selflessly and in great loyalty to you going to immediately kill this person. This is what it costs you. And this will make Thick as a Brick the biggest target. You can, however... no, you cannot choose to back down, actually. Never mind. Yeah, ask the MC what it costs you. So yes, what it costs you in this situation is that Thick as a Brick paints an enormous target on himself, and if you don't save him, he is going to suffer harm immediately.
What sort of weapons are we looking at?
Yes. These people don't have... I think they have shrapnel guns also. These kind of improvised little simple fires random junk at a person. One of them was pointing that gun at you. That person then immediately gets cut down with an axe, very brutally.
Yeah.
And then Thick as a Brick is going to become a target for the other person who is going to shoot him.
Yeah, okay. There's only one thing to do here, isn't there? Gonna have to... I think Iskandaric is still at the stage of her character development where she doesn't particularly care about killing someone.
Yeah.
And not thinking too much about the consequences of it. So if someone from her, one of her own is being threatened, she's gonna neutralize the threat.
Yes. And you may absolutely do so. So what I'm telling you, to clarify what the cost is here, is there is literally no time to gather any sort of information or get the bearings of things. It's like things immediately escalate to violence.
Yeah. And Iskandaric is well suited for this. Yeah, I'm gonna hack down whoever play.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and attack someone. So what are you armed with, and how are you dealing with the second person? So I think the first person who got cut down was some. You only saw them briefly, but it's a person in a straw hat who got immediately cut down. And the other person wasn't holding a weapon, but grabs one off of like a shelf where he was lying, turns around and points it as Thick as a Brick.
Yeah, I'm picturing this as a sort of scrappy, close quarters thing. So I think Iskandaric is just going to knife the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rush in and knife them. Absolutely. So they, you don't have to defend yourself against this person. They are not attacking you. So roll plus hard to attack someone.
It's a 9.
Okay.
All right. So I get to choose between Yeah, I can inflict terrible harm, seize hold of something, get them out of your way, knock them down. Well, I suppose if I can do it in a controlled way, and then some martial arts is fine, right? I think I can get them to. I can seize their weapon, disarm them.
Yes, I'm looking now at the harm. So how much harm do you do, and where do I see the harm table to NPCs? I have lost this.
I think it's a choice between doing harm or doing one of these other things, isn't it? Or no, it just says it's to harm. Okay, the knives are to harm, yeah.
Yeah, you do your harm and choose one, I think. I don't think it's an or.
Yes, because on any hit you inflict harm as established, which is your 2 harm, hand, brutal, wicked knife, and then you choose one from the following list as well. So you might actually do 3 harm, and that kills most people.
Okay, well, 2 harm's fine.
And Holly, the page is 15 on the MC ref sheet.
Thank you.
See, what's this about Pack Alpha again?
Oh wait, no, that's the Psi harm. My apologies.
Does sound familiar. I remember reading about Pack Alpha.
Yes.
Pack Alpha's just, if they'll just do it.
Page 17, Holly.
17, thank you.
Battles. All the way at the bottom.
Yes. So, which option do you want to pick from the list?
Disarm. Get the weapon.
Okay, so you inflict 2 harm. I don't think this person is armored, which means that they are not dead. So you get in, you stab them, you swipe their weapon away. They fall down onto the floor, disarmed but scrambling away. Like rolling away from you, ducking in through a doorway. I think, in fact, going down some stairs, because it turns out this place has a basement. So,
anyone else here? And
bleeding and wounded, they head down the stairs. And yes, there were 3 people in the room. The third person, who is holding what Thick as a Brick was describing as a talkie-walkie, is in fact the radio unit. So it's like a unit. It's like a amateur radio kind of thing, definitely cobbled together way after the fall. And it will not remain an amateur radio for very long, because Thick as a Brick is smashing it in a blind rage with an axe.
Oh god, alright.
And immediately wrecks it as this person rolls down the stairs. There was a person holding the actual unit, actually talking through the microphone, who is flinching back and running away.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna. This isn't like me telling Thick as a Brick anything, but I think Iskandaric just goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then and then turns to the person who had it, trains her weapon on this person, and goes, "Whew, all right."
Well, that person is running away, so it's not something you can hold at gunpoint. The people in the room are now scrambling to.
They're all scrambling. Okay.
Yeah. So you can point it at this person's back, but they're not going to see you pointing the gun at them, and you have split seconds. You can shoot. You can try to shoot them in the leg or something, or you can let them get away.
No. I need to know what's going on here. But people who are shot in the leg have a hard time talking about it afterwards. So I think I'm gonna have to, chase them down, tackle them to the floor. Yeah.
Running at them. Okay.
Yeah.
So. You have a gun, you're running at a person, you are tackling them. I think that we are now talking about try something challenging. A physical action that might be beyond you, requiring strength, skill, great care, quick reflexes, patience, or hard work. And the situation here is not, you are definitely faster and more athletic than the person you're chasing down. There's no question about that. It's just they know this house, right? So they might turn a quick corner or throw some furniture in your way or something like that if this goes badly. So if this were a foot race on flat ground, you would just be able to do it. But they know the terrain, and you don't.
All right, cool. All right, let's do something challenging. It's an 8.
Okay, ask the MC what it will cost you and decide for yourself whether to go through with it. Yeah, the simple thing that it will cost you here is that you will be separated from Thick as a Brick if you chase this person down. You can't just tackle them in the doorway. You have to run in, dodge to the left, leap over some furniture that's thrown in your way. And Thick as a Brick will lose track of you. Are you willing to go through with that? I will remind you that This is your dumbest gang member who will panic if not given orders.
I know. There is definitely a person in the basement. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Fine. Let this guy get away.
Okay.
Yeah.
You halt. You let the person who was on the radio flee, so as to not leave Thick as a Brick alone, who is looking around for more threats. I mean, we play up Thick as a Brick being dumb, but this is also a stressed combat situation, and he is full of adrenaline. So
yeah,
he's just ready to attack anything that moves.
Elsie is chopping down the radio with the hatchet, and I've let this person run away. I'm gonna kind of, I guess, relax, not relax, but kind of slump my shoulders and go walk up to Thick as a Brick, smack him up on the back of the head, and go, "Stop that!"
Right. He pulls back and he goes, "Right. I just thought they might call for reinforcements, and most of our people are still outside. Should we call for them?"
Well, one of them is definitely in the basement. They're not going
Wait a
anywhere,
minute.
but-
That was actually a rational choice from Thick as a Brick. What happened? What?
Yeah. I know.
Maybe I rearrange his brain temporarily by hitting him. Anyway, it's like a TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
It turns like that. Iskandaric says, it's not. I think. Do we have clocks in this unit? Do we have working clocks to look at?
Possibly. I don't think your gang does.
Yeah. Because I mean, a mechanical watch is actually pretty complicated, right?
Yeah. I think the Tower of Saint Fulmina does keep time, like a number station, like those number places you used to be able to call for the exact time. I think the tower broadcasts that actually. But
what? Okay, then maybe just by looking at the angle of the sun, she goes. Yeah, but we're running out of time. No, let the others go through the rest of the station. They know what to do. They'll figure it out. You and me, we're going down there.
In the basement.
In the basement.
All right.
Something wrong?
No. I just something feels off. I don't know what. It's okay.
Even though he's an idiot, I wonder if sometimes he just has that sort of instinct for. So, since I have a moment, can I read him to see if he's actually onto something, or?
Sure, you can read a person. You can also read a situation. It depends on whether you're interested in situation or in Thick as a Brick personally.
I'm picturing Thick as a Brick, like in most situations being an idiot, but there is he can tune into maybe to sometimes things that others can't, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to know if he's actually if it's just like flustered, or when he says something's off, has he actually noticed something, but he just can't vocalize what it is, right?
It sounds like reading a situation more than that, because it sounds like you're picking up on environmental cues via Thick as a Brick here. You're not wondering if he's lying to you. You're wondering if there is something here genuinely.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. 13.
13.
13.
You get 3 questions right now. And you see +1 to act on the answers as you try to feel out Thick as a Brick.
Well, so after this, should we switch focus? We've been in the scene for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that. Just going to establish.
We can cut out the basement entry.
Yeah. But take your questions.
I think I should look around the room. Okay, who or what poses the biggest threat to me?
Okay, so looking down at this basement with this person scrambled away, you feel a scent of something, and you realize that it's a scent of something living. It's like sweat, or something like that, but it is definitely not human. That poses the biggest threat to you.
Ooh.
And I think maybe that's what Thick as a Brick picked up on too. Like, he can't articulate it, but something about the smell unsettled him.
Yeah. Okay, so I think who or what presents the best opportunity for me to do X? And the X here, I think, is I want to know what is this place, right? Why do they have a radio?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't we know about this place
Who
before?
or what represents the biggest threat? Was that
No,
the question?
opportunity for me to find out, like,
Yeah.
what is this place? What's been going on?
Okay, so what you see as you look around the room is on the wall is a rail mall timetable. This train station is obviously connected to the rail mall, but these are people who most likely are expecting it to arrive soon. And this timetable is arcane and obscure and like difficult to read. I don't think you see this by like looking at the timetable and go like, yes, today's date is X. I think you realize it just by like, maybe they've taken down the timetable and like circled something.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay.
They are expecting the train to arrive here. Not right now, but soon.
All right. The other two questions are a little hard to frame because
you have three, so you have a third question only.
Yeah. So I'm trying to choose between them. So because it is a basement, so I don't know if it makes sense to ask what's my best way in and out. It's a basement.
Yeah, you can absolutely ask that.
Or who's in control here? I think that seems to overlap with the other one. What the threat is? Sure, maybe there's another way around into the basement.
What's your best way in or out? Yeah, I think in fact the stair that this person just fell down is not the best way in because they will expect you to come in that way. I think what you realize that your best way in is through the floor. Like you have access. The floor is kind of unsteady and unstable, and this building is old. You could just chop a couple of floorboards and jump down.
Yes, perfect, great. Okay.
So
cool.
Before we cut, is that what you tell Thick as a Brick to like chop up the floor?
I think because we know there's some kind of inhuman possible monster down there, I'm gonna at least try to get a few of my other guys who are close by to come in.
Okay.
And then we chop down the floor and then we go in.
So you are searching for your people as this situation unfolds. Very good.
Wait. I mean, at this point, there's no reason for stealth, right? I can just poke my head out the window and go, "Oi!"
You can absolutely just poke your head out and shout. And so before we cut, I will tell you what happens. You poke your head out to shout for your people. They rush up. You're not wasting much time by doing this, but you're wasting perhaps half a minute as they make it way through the underbrush, head towards the building. And then you hear a blood-curdling scream from the basement as the person you wounded who stumbled down there is almost certainly dead.
No information.
And then we cut away.
All right.
And I think the next person I would like to see is Perfidelity. You are working on the train.
Yes, I am. So first, I make my ear to the ground move.
Yes, you do.
I do that before I live day to day. So I roll plus cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I will name... You know what? I'm going to do the one I haven't done yet. I would like to name Polymarch's Fortress, where I have a trade agreement here. Goods for goods, food and basics for parts and tech. Mm-hmm. That's where I'd like to learn about.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Oh, interesting. I've only ever rolled hits and full hits or misses with this. So on a miss, somebody wants my blood. Who and how do I find this out?
Okay, so
Ashur done.
Yes, I think the answer must be Ashur Dun, who is there, sort of. Ashur Dun is in conflict with this place. But I think that the way you find this out is we'll mention this before you do your second move for living day to day. Is I think that Revolver Pinata, who has not spoken with you directly, who's only spoken with Damnou, picks up on who you are. So as we left off, just as a reminder, we were in the train. Kid Gloves had just left with Ahiri, and Revolver, Pinata, and Damnou are still in the train, but not immediately where you are. And you overhear them from the next carriage over. I guess you have very good hearing inside this train. Pinata says, like, "Oh, that's Perfidelity Evergreen. Oh, interesting." With the voice of someone who goes like, there is a price on that person's head. There is money to be made here. It is definitely not personal from Revolver Pinata's point of view, but he works for Ashurdan. And so you learn in this moment that Ashurdan would like a word with you. Ideally alive, perhaps, but ideally.
Ideally.
Yeah, so that's... Revolver Pinata is not in a position to act on this right now. He's not a fighter, but this is how you find out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Fantastic. And I shall live day to day. That's a 9. So something is easy and something is hard.
Yes. And you had some interests, and I'm going to tell you what is easy, I think, in this situation is a claim. You are well known. People know that you are good at what you do. You are well respected in this area by all but the train, because it's still angry at you from last time. But people know that you are good at your shit, right? So that's easy. I'm not going to name the other thing, connections, as hard. I think what is hard for you in this situation is a way out. I think that you had an easy time getting here on the train. You will have a difficult time getting back, or indeed leaving the market.
Interesting, yeah.
So tell me what you are working on.
Yeah, so I have the plaque from the train, and I'm polishing it up on a scrap of woven fabric from Sartori Wear and Gear. And what I am doing is I am attempting to affix it to the dash itself far more securely than it was hanging from as it was hanging on the side of the train, where it's kind of hanging off on one nail, easily snatchable as somebody passed by. This time, though, it's going to be pride of place, pride of center, polished and gleaming in the sunlight.
Yes, so that is what you're trying to do. But Damnou Egrevore is coming into the room, I think, having had this brief chat, and probably is pulling Revolver Pinata with them, who is just kind of casually observing you. And you can see Revolver Pinata adjust his thick glasses and look you over. And basically just like you get this very unpleasant feeling of someone memorizing your appearance and your clothes so that they can perhaps later hire some people to deal with you. That's kind of the vibe. Like, there's nothing aggressive in it, but it's definitely unpleasant. And Damnou, though, is oblivious to this, steps forward and goes, "All right, boss is headed back. Can we have a talk? I'd like a word with you."
I thought that you wanted... You are Ahiri's dog right now. Why are you not going to go with her?
"No, I'm not," Damnou says, and just casually sits down. You are at like the cockpit, right? So I think Damnou just casually sits down in the driver's seat and slings their feet up on the on like the control panel, and is kind of in the way of your work.
Can you move your feet? I need to be there. I'm fixing things. There are things wrong, and I will fix them. So I will talk to you while I work.
You are not fixing anything, you're decorating.
Oh, and what do you know?
I know what a machine is. I know that. I point at the plaque. Ain't it? Yeah?
Sometimes... I know you are good at the shooty gun thing, but... Damnou... Sometimes you make me laugh with how silly you are.
Well, the feeling's mutual. So, Tar-Minotaur still alive, eh?
Yes, she is. No thanks to
you're-
you.
I know, we talked that over just before we got here. What I'm curious about is, what are your plans? Still gonna follow the old knight around? Still looking to rebuild the old world? Is that it?
Well, my plans right now, you are kind of getting in the way of them. I was going to fix one of the problems with the rail mull.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why?
To make it better. There's a problem, and I will fix it.
That's always how it is, isn't it? So there's a problem, and you'll fix it. You always seem to be putting out fires, always fixing some little problem here, some little problem there. That's exactly what I'm wondering about. Don't you have plans? Don't you think about the future?
I think Perfidelity's hand's still on the
Mm-hmm.
on the dash of the rail mull. You have no foresight. This is the future. Fixing the rail mull, that's one step.
Okay, tell me where
Just
you're
because
going.
you cannot. Why, do you want to be there?
Yes, I do. I want to be in the future. I'd very much like for us both to be in the future. And let me tell you, where we're going, Tar-Minotaur ain't coming, alright? It's hopeless. She's hopeless. So tell me, where are you going?
You. And Perfidelity's hands still properly, and she turns to Damnou. You want to be in the future with me?
Yes, of course I do. Why do you think I left old Buckethead? Because old Buckethead is not moving anywhere. Haven't you realized that?
Okay. I'm going to move her. She's not going to stay in the past. If I am her squire, she molds me, and as her squire, it is my duty to mold her in turn.
Yeah, that was the ideal, wasn't it? I know. I've been there too.
No. Why does it have to be mutually exclusive? Why can't she be in the future with us? And I think Perfidelity moves forward, takes her hands, smooths over the metal prosthetic parts.
Mm-hmm. And Damnou looks softened suddenly, hurt almost, and says quietly, "You think I didn't try? You think that wasn't what I wanted? I was loyal to Tar-Minotaur, okay? I was loyal in spite of reason, in spite of everything. It didn't work. You do realize Tar-Minotaur is in love with a ghost, and that's never going to change."
Do we think read a person is interesting here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's read a person here, because it is definitely a charged interaction.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, very nice. I can read her like an open book.
Mm-hmm.
What does she'll hope I'll do?
Oh, I think the answer is straightforward. Stop being Tar-Minotaur's squire. Like, she's honest about that. That is something she hopes you will do.
Mm. And Perfidelity's one of Perfidelity's hands comes up to where on her dual prosthetic starts, but on Damnou is just unmarked flesh. I cannot stop being her squire. I made a vow, and maybe when she dies, I will stop being her squire, but I mean, look at Angelica. She was born bad. She was born not able to live for herself, and if I can be a knight, Damnou, I can be more than I was born to be. You understand, right? And what I would like to do here is ask my second question.
Yeah.
Of how can I get you to let me fix this? Let me fix the train.
Okay,
right
just
now.
the train, just here and now. Yeah.
Yeah, just for now.
Yeah. I think the answer there is by telling her what she's been honest about, like telling her what's the purpose of fixing the train? Why will it make things better? What's your long-term plan? If you tell her, maybe she will back off for now.
Yeah, and I mean, 100% I would tell her. And Perfidelity's voice drops just a little bit, so it's private, hushed between the two of them. Because if I fix this train, it will remember who it was, when it was. And you know as well as I that the tower, the things here, they fuck with the memory, fuck with who we were, fuck with what we will be. It will know things. It will be able to communicate outside. This is one of the only things that can go outside of the valley.
Yes. Yes, Damnou says, and she takes her feet off of the panel and backs off and gives you the space to work. And just says, "You ever wonder why? You ever wonder what's up with the fog over the valley?" And now she says it quite casually. Now she's giving you space to work. This is just like a casual little talking as you work along.
Yeah, Perfidelity nods. Yeah, of course I do. That's what I want. I want to clear it away. And when the fog clears, we will be great again. We will have a place. And anything that comes against us, we'll have to recognize that we are the future. We are the horizon. We are the sun on the horizon.
Yeah. And it'll be nothing like how it was before.
It will be nothing like it was before. And I would like to know, how is Damnou feeling?
Damnou is feeling pity for you, for like hopeful and pity, hope and pity at the same time. Hope that you are also seeing a way forward, and pity for still clinging to this fossil Tar-Minotaur.
And I think the pity does rankle. And Perfidelity, I think Damnou knows Perfidelity enough that she can tell just the micro expression changes, maybe a little furrow of the brow. Goes, all right. Let me work, and I promise I'll come back with you to Sakari's Regret. We can have a drink.
Let's.
Something of the sort.
I'll entertain the guest meanwhile. Hey! And Damnou turns towards Revolver Pinata, who's been somewhat distant from all of this, and just goes like, "You were coming by Sakari's Regret too, yeah?" And Damnou here just basically goes into like a sales pitch, like throwing someone into a pub kind of pitch, you know, trying to get Revolver Pinata to also attend, which is not actually because it's partly because Damnou works for Ahiri and this is good for the bottom line, but it is also explicitly to get Revolver Pinata away from you and give you space. Damnou is actually doing you a favor here, and I think that's clear.
Yeah, so before the hands go back to the dash of the Royal Maul, just a press against the shoulder blade present. Thank you. And yeah, I think then Perfidelity goes back to this. And I know I'm not in my workspace right now, but I think this is the time to tinker.
Yes.
So I would like to restore the Royal Maul's memory, please, and thank you.
Yes, and then you.
Can I back Perfidelity's play?
You can. Yeah, let's have it. Let's have it be a roll then. So you can back Perfidelity's play.
Because I have secured some time with kid gloves, which presumably means kid gloves will not interfere while you do this.
Very good. Sure, go ahead and back that play.
I have +3.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And the question here will be, because what stat would I be rolling with? Normally it would be sharp or weird.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's anything else.
I am going for that it is weird here, and what tinkering says is you can accomplish X on a 10+, but on a 7 to 9 you can only accomplish X. So I'm picking that option where it is. It is a roll to do this, and it is a roll with weird. We will see the back your play first, I think, and then I will tell you.
That sounds good.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, so you choose an option for how you're helping Perfidelity, and it doesn't cost you anything.
Great. Okay. And the options are 1 second. +1 option. Another benefit. I feel like what I want is to give Perfidelity enough space that not being in their workshop is no longer a hindrance, right? So like,
okay.
Otherwise it might have been the case that like because the risk of kid gloves turning up or someone like interfering is there, right? Like I want to take that away.
Yeah, how I'm going to frame this then is that how you're helping, Ahiri, is that you are distracting kid gloves while at a distance so that Perfidelity can use the tools that are already here.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit of a flashback help out. You got kid gloves away here. You got kid gloves interested enough in a conversation and checking out the sauna that kid gloves forgot to lock the toolbox, and it is conveniently left unlocked. And so, very fair. So then I will take away. I was going to tell you 2 costs for this, but I'm going to take away the other one then because you have tools. So now it's just a straight roll. Thanks to Ahiri's assistance. And what I will tell you is you can accomplish on a 10+. You can restore an old memory and some more recent ones. But on a 7 to 9, you can only restore, for now, a more recent memory. In either case, though, you will be able to share in it.
Sounds good. Yeah. Let's mend.
And you will note that even on a
train.
10+, you cannot restore all of the train's memories in this one action because it's just one plaque.
Just the one plaque. But don't worry. It'll be fine. It's going to be a long-term project.
Yes.
I'm going to see this train. This train is actually going to be my best friend.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay, you roll an 8. So there is a memory here. As you affix the plaque to it, there are dim flashes of that memory that you touched of being made by the catering company in the very distant past when things like companies and corporations existed. But you do not connect with those. What you instead connect with is that you realize that somewhere, maybe in the valley, maybe outside of it, but certainly somewhere very obscure, where people never ride on the train, is a service station, is a train garage, is where the train sleeps. And it remembers this, and it remembers its mechanic, who is, of course, King Nebuchadnezzar. And you have a dim idea of where it is. You probably could not get there without the train, but you might be able to, say, hide on the train and know when to hide on the train
Mm.
for kid gloves to take you a place where passengers are not meant to go. You now know that if you make yourself a stowaway on the train, you could find the place where the train sleeps.
Mm. And I think here, Perfidelity places one hand on the dashboard of the train over one of the levers. Remember, I'm sorry for what I did, but I hope that this, in some small way, brings you peace.
I think the train is quiet. It is, after all, like the engine isn't running, so there is no immediate sense of response. But nor is there that hostility you felt before either. It is as it is.
And I think what I am going to do here is say, when you next see him, tell him that I am waiting, that I want to talk. Right?
Okay. Yeah, the train in no way responds to this, but it has heard your message. You are sure of it.
I will fix the radio next time you visit. I promise. All right, that is a promise from myself. My name is Perfidelity Evergreen as the Hagush, and I will fix you. She straightens up. She turns to Leaf and goes, right, that's it.
And then you will attempt to head to Sicarius Regret, I take it.
Yes.
Yes,
Indeed.
and we shall see how that goes. Then let us cut away to Ahiri.
Yeah. Indeed. Yes.
So, tell me, where are you receiving Kid Gloves? How have you set this up? Kid Gloves is kind of like a guest of honor for you to work out this Screwtape Ronin situation and try to come to some agreement, right? So you tell me about the place. How do you treat your guest of honor? What is the scene?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, for sure. I think I've done two things. The first thing is that I have found a musician, a good one. And the second thing is that the musician is behind a screen and the bar is otherwise empty, even though the sauna's not a bar, right? Because I've given Kid Gloves privacy, which is something I presume he doesn't get very often, if at all.
Yeah.
So I basically cleared the place out. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a screen, there's a musician, and there is Kid Gloves having the place to himself. Very good. And let us begin with your wealth move. How is your establishment doing today?
And that's just a straight roll. So, right? Because I don't think... Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's roll hard, actually.
Oh, okay. So then that's a +1. I rolled a 12.
Okay, so you're holding a venue has all of its surpluses. So you have a surplus of... Remind me, what does the venue have a surplus of?
My surpluses are always information, +1, and +1 barter. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So you have good access to gossip news, and then you make your barter move with +1. Yeah, the business is going well. You have more money. Let's see if that actually helps you.
Let me press hard also because I rolled it. Yeah. Okay. So I will roll. Oops. +1 for day to day.
Yeah. You roll 0 +1 for. Yeah, it's a 9. So what is easy to you definitely here is alone time with Kid Gloves. Which I think is the thing you're most interested in. Like one-on-one time with Kid Gloves is not going to be complicated for you. You've set yourself well up for this. What is going to be hard for you? You had 2 suggestions for me, and I think I will take them both. What is going to be hard for you is Screwtape Ronin's attention, because I think Screwtape Ronin is a busy man with many heavily armed apprentices.
Yeah.
And Kid Gloves has, he's around somewhere. He's still interested. He has no other place to stay, but he is not very interested in Kid Gloves. Like,
and like it's a new weaponsmith in town, right? Like there's, and especially since like I've asked him to push off while I take care of another client. There's loads of people who want to butter this guy up, which is the key issue that I'm having, I think.
Yes.
Yes, but that makes sense.
But few of them want to host him. Most of them just want to buy stuff from him. So he still, he still lives here, whether you like that or not.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And so Kid Gloves sits back, like sips a drink, and raises an eyebrow and says, "So, quite a lot is changing, isn't it?"
Yeah, tell me about it. And I feel like, by the way, we're in the sauna, so we're both like wearing almost nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
And therefore we're drinking. Yeah, go on.
I guess the question with Kid Gloves is, does Kid Gloves still wear gloves in the sauna, do we think?
Oh, man.
Yes.
I think...
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
I think what's happened is that I have given Kid Gloves a few minutes before I enter, so that she can remove the gloves and wash her hands and etc. and then put them back on.
Yeah, I think that has happened. So I think...
This is just a big Imperial Rajway, which I've said before, but I'll say it again. Indeed.
Yes.
Seeing so somebody's hands naked, oh my god.
Kid Gloves is very particular about this. So Kid Gloves is wearing gloves. And I think that's the extent of actual clothes being worn. Maybe there's a towel or something, but definitely not wearing any other clothes. Is leaning back and I think has a tendency to touch her hands quite often. And does so now, like these little like wrist stretches. And says, so quite a lot has been changing in quite a little time.
Unfortunately. I did hear, by the way, on my way here that there's been more than a few changes up at the tower. There's definitely rumors afoot that Ashurdan is making a move, which of course you know because you've already received that slimy grease ball. It didn't seem like you were enjoying his company, by the way.
I was not. No, I am in service to the market. I am in service to what is needed. I go where the train needs to go. But make no mistake about it. The slime ball is not a merchant. The slime ball is a weapon.
Yeah, that seems about right to me. And I want to be clear, I'm not against weapons. They have their place. But Ashurdan does not know how to wield a weapon, which is pretty much why I'm convinced he has not done any of the things that he says he's done.
What do you think he has actually done? Rumors abound about this, Kid Gloves says, and I think you get the vibes that Kid Gloves is a very well-informed person, and you can totally attempt to read them here. But Kid Gloves at this moment is curious, like what you think about Ashurdan, and you can read her in response. But
actually, you know what? I got gossiping news. Can I have heard something recent about Ashurdan that might like help me motivate this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, I think what you have heard about Ashurdan then. What's an interesting sort of...
I wonder, is this when you trigger everyone eats?
Oh yeah, you do have that move. You could everyone eats Ashurdan. Yep.
That's true. Okay, yeah.
I guess like you might know something for free and then roll on top.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
let's roll first. And since you have easy
Okay.
access to gossip and news, you will get. I'm not going to give you more options, but I'm going to give you unusually good information, and you will get something even on a miss.
Great. Okay. Sounds good.
Mhm.
Give me a sec. Everyone eats is cool, which is +2.
Yep.
Love rolling only my best stats.
The true min-maxer.
Which is all of them. Yeah, which is all of them except weird. Which I'm gonna never roll it. I'm gonna declare this, and then it'll immediately be false. I'm never gonna roll weird.
Yep.
Good fucking luck.
Yes. Let's see.
11.
11. Good. So you get 3 questions, and I will get you have some follow-up questions because you have easy access to gossip and news.
Yippity yip. That's sorry. It's just very funny.
Mhm.
They
You cut off there. It's very funny. What?
enjoy. That's
That's not great. Can't hear you.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, you're
Hello.
back. Okay. Yes,
Yeah,
you're back.
okay. Sorry. I'm at my parents', and
Okay.
this is basically what I was saying. Anyway, what I was saying was I enjoy rolling well, and dear listener, let nobody tell you that rolling well is not fun, or that like the
Mhm.
true best roll is a mixed success. Nah, the true best roll is a give me specifically whatever I want.
Lovely.
Okay. Excuse me. So I think how are they doing? What's up with them? B, who do they know, like, or trust? And then C, how could I get to them physically or emotionally? These are my 3 questions from the role, but also just lay it on me, man.
Okay. So Ashurdan is how are they doing? Very well, I think. I think Ashurdan, as a challenger to Polemarch's Fortress, as a sort of folk hero who's liberated the valley, they're overall doing very well. What is up with them, though, I think, is Ashurdan is not at Polemarch's Fortress physically at the moment. There has been this confrontation between Smith and Ashurdan, who are the two most powerful knights left after the Old Republic or Knight President thing fell. I think that's fair to say. Like, they are the 2 big power players in terms of knights, right? What you have heard, what's up with Ashurdan, and I think what is interesting is that Ashurdan has ventured outside of the valley.
Oh, okay.
Not far outside the valley, like not left on a long quest as with the slaying of the things, but supposedly has been outside it to something else that is nearby, which is difficult because there is this fog that surrounds the valley, which is very difficult to navigate, right? And
it's
Ashurdan
almost like Ashurdan is doing the same thing that what's their face from session 1 did by ill-advisedly exiting and permitting someone to maybe take over. Just a thought. Okay. Why don't you answer my second and the third questions?
Yes.
In a second,
you do the follow-up questions.
because
So who do they love best? That is the next
himself?
question.
I think himself is a totally reasonable answer. But
I think the answer is Ashurdan loves. The secret, the answer straightforwardly is Ashurdan loves Ashurdan. He is kind of self-absorbed, but I think the answer, interestingly here, is also not Revolver Pinata. This is a person who serves, and Loshagos Ashurdan does want the title of Polemarch's Fortress, does want to lead it, and so I think the other thing besides Ashurdan himself is Polemarch's Fortress. Actually, Ashurdan does really, really like that fortress.
It's a cool fortress. They're all saying it. They're all saying it's one of the big, great fortresses for sure. Okay, and then question 3 was how can I get to them?
Yes. So physically, it's very difficult because because it's a fortress on the border of the valley itself.
Mm-hmm.
But emotionally, I think the way that you can get to Ashurdan is, let me check a thing. Yeah. Emotionally, it is by naming something after him.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Polemarch's fortress, after all, is named after his rival, and Sicarius Regret is named after Knight President Castador Sicari.
Well, Polemarch's Fortress
Yeah.
is more for the title.
Yeah, it is.
What about
it is sort of a
Ashurdan's
title.
Valley?
Yeah.
No,
Think
come
big.
on. It's got to be Ashurdan's old-fashioned.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ashurdan
Drinks
of the
menu.
Valley of the Wind. Yeah. got it.
Yeah. But I think, naming something after Ashurdan is something that he cares quite deeply about, and he does not have anything in the valley named after himself at the moment.
Mm.
And if he were to take on the title of Polemarch, he would probably just rename the title after himself also, because that's the kind of guy he is. So
Yes. Okay. So I will remember this, and I will just kind of take a sip of my drink and say, the man is so self-absorbed. It's entirely possible he had a little wander, got very high, and convinced himself some great evil when in reality he slept off a hangover in a ditch.
yes, that is possible. I concur with that understanding. I also think the fog has gotten to Luchagos Ashurdan. I think he has forgotten who he used to be.
I understand that he was someone else before he was this, but that man is difficult to see now.
Yes, and there are reasons why we do not venture outside the valley. That is the land of forgetfulness.
He's left again, I hear. He's left
Has he?
again, and he's left the valley unprotected.
I think this is news to Kid Gloves, because you do get one up on Kid Gloves here, right? You succeed better. So this surprises Kid Gloves and goes, leans forward. Goes, alone? Oh, that is very unwise. That is very foolish indeed.
I think that he has begun to believe his own legend. And it is exactly this kind of legend that is going to get us in trouble. We cannot afford leaders like this.
I concur, but it is not my business. I wash my hands of who leads the valley. I am just here to guide the market.
I do not ask you to determine who leads the valley. I ask you, what do you think will happen to the market if Ashurdan falls down a cliff and breaks his neck, as is very likely to happen?
I think so. Unless you want to make a move here, Kid Gloves will just answer honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And Kid Gloves says, and I think this is perhaps a fault in Kid Gloves' personality as well. Kid Gloves just says confidently, nothing. The market is eternal. The rail mall is older than Castador Sicari. It is older than anyone now living, and it will continue to exist long after everyone now living is dead.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and reason with them now, because I think I will. The rail mall, not the market, in the same way as you are not the driver. We are people. We don't embody the things that we interface with. I'm not even saying that Ashurdan is an incompetent leader. I'm saying that the kinds of mistakes he's making is going to leave us all very, very vulnerable. And the rail mall may well survive. but in the same state that it is now, or in a state worse, far worse? I'm just asking you to consider this possibility.
Mm-hmm. I think there is space for you to reason with Kid Gloves here, but I think you can tell without reading Kid Gloves also that it's not that Kid Gloves is arrogant exactly. It's that Kid Gloves has faith, and it is almost unshakable in that the institution I represent can never fall, right?
Would you like me to back your play here, Ahiri?
Sure.
Because I think
Yeah.
Perfidelity is in a place too where, while yours was a flashback, this is a flash forward. When Kid Gloves comes back to the cockpits, Perfidelity's touch will be on it, and the realm all can change. The realm all will survive, but we have to do something first. We have to be actors, not passive.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Feel free to back this play.
I have a +1 to this.
I believe in you, though.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for the 12.
The belief,
Okay.
yeah.
I believe
It was a
I
key
believe
thing.
in our relationship as well.
It will cost you nothing. Do you give a +1 to the roll, or do you give some other benefit?
I wonder if another benefit will be here, that maybe it doesn't happen now, but Kid Gloves will have to hear Ahiri out at some point.
Yep, absolutely. I think, okay, fair enough. No matter what happens here, Kid Gloves is open to listening. You haven't even gotten to the problem of screw tape yet, after all. And now we know that even if this roll fails, Kid Gloves will still hear you out about screw tape.
Yeah, makes sense. But I rolled a 10.
Okay,
so
10. Yeah, I think this just...
Sorry. I feel strongly that Tar-Minotaur is going to roll only between a 1 and a 4 for the next, 1,000 years at the rate that this is going. And I wish I could apologize for it, but I can't, in good faith, do that.
You are not capable of apologizing. Yes.
Rolling 12s? No, man.
No. Okay, so I think Kid Gloves then takes this kind of seriously and does lean forwards, like elbows on his knees, and nods at this and says, "Yes, you are correct. Very well. I will account for this, and I will stay in touch with you. Let us speak. The timetable calls me onwards. I have 2 more stops before I can attend to anything. But then, yes, then there is a spot. After my 2 next stops. Yes. Please. Oh, I'm in no hurry now. I'm just letting you know.
Oh. Excellent. In that, it would be missed opportunity to let you leave so soon. One moment, and then I'm going to call out to June. And I genuinely do not know if June is here, because June is very unreliable. So maybe this is embarrassing. But I'm going to be like, I did tell everyone to be here. And I'm going to be like, June, the fresh meat. Because, of course, I guess we're kebabbing in this sauna also.
Yeah. Okay, of course. Of course, kebab saunas. Yes. I think this is a good place to cut away to Tar-Minotaur, though. But what will happen here is that
June
Kid Gloves
here?
is... yes, June is here. June is going to tell you some bad news, which is why I'm cutting away.
Oh, no.
But,
Great, okay.
But, yes, to clarify what has happened. Kid Gloves is going to make a stop, and you don't know this in character, but I'm clarifying it out of character. After these 2 next stops, Kid Gloves is indeed going back to the mysterious place that is not a place outside of time, where the rail mall sleeps. And once there, Kid Gloves is going to do something about the Ashurdan situation. But for now, let us cut to Tar-Minotaur.
I'm not even a little bit worried. So yeah, great.
Yes. Tar-Minotaur, are you here now?
I'm here.
Good. So, let us see your living day today, and then let us open on you in the Cloud Bazaar.
Okay.
No, sorry, not in the Cloud Bazaar. In the other bazaar, the Grand Caravanserai.
I rolled a 10.
It is a 10. So, I think that what will be easy for you to access here ammunition.
Mhm.
You are short on it. You can buy it. And what is free is status. Last time it was justice. Now it is status. They amount to the same thing, which is that people respect your authority to throw your weight around here and just fucking kill people.
Mhm.
And
As they should.
yes. But you are still in a tense situation, and so I would like you to open up with your move for starting out in a tense situation. If you have enemies here, if you have allies here, etc.
Yes. Dangerous presence.
Mhm.
It's a 12.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to mark that first because I think I forgot to do one.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, yeah. So on a 12 plus, I get to choose 2.
Mhm.
If I have any enemies here, they freeze and try to make themselves inconspicuous. I ask you who
Okay.
does.
Yeah. I don't think you have enemies here. I think that everyone is afraid of you, and so like everyone freezes and tries to make themselves inconspicuous, but there's no one who draws your attention as in like, I want to murder you right here and now. So I think in fact what you learn is simply you do not have enemies here. You may have allies, but you do not have enemies.
And if I do have any allies here, they make eye contact with me. Who does?
Yes. Yes. Someone does. And I think that this someone is... Now I just gotta look at my NPCs I prepared. Yes. I think that it is a... how do I describe this person? So it is... This place mainly buys and sells clothes. I think this person is something like a model. Like, you know, we don't really have models in the sense that this culture is not highly evolved enough to have like, you know, photography model lines. But this is someone who advertises clothes, someone who draws in customers, someone who is somewhere in between like a model, as in wears the clothes on display, and also a salesperson and a little bit of a butter up clients kind of person.
Mhm.
Maybe in a sense that sometimes even glides into something like sex work, if we're cool with that. Like, this is... You get the vibe. This is a person whose entire job is to charm people.
Mhm.
Right?
Mm.
By looking good, by acting pleasant, by being kind of a host or hostess to the people. Yeah. And in fact, I think you know this person from before. Their name is Bambi Overdrive.
Mhm.
And I think...
Why does that name sound familiar?
She, they pronouns. I don't know. I'm just combining words as I have.
You know, of course, that the original script of Bambi didn't have her mother shot. It had her run over by an ATV.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So
I was going for Bambi actually joined the cast of Fast and Furious.
yes.
La Familia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what happens
Anyway,
in the sequel. Yeah, you're right.
Yes, yes. What are the pronouns, by the way, for the Kumu?
She, they.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please
And I
continue.
think you know Bambi Overdrive as a person who has been involved in Cotopaxi after the fall, as a reminder to Cotopaxi's backstory. After Knight President Cazador Sicari died, Cotopaxi broke what had been mostly a celibate lifestyle to join a polycule. And I think Bambi Overdrive is a part of that polycule.
Okay.
And an ally to you, and someone who makes eye contact with you in this moment.
Yeah.
Even though you just killed like a person they knew presumably quite well, but
People die all the time.
yeah. So she makes eye contact with you and then strides away, I think, in amongst some stalls selling some things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think so. I had asked everyone, you know, where is Cotopaxi? Take me to Cotopaxi. I
Yeah.
assume no one answered, and
No.
then I think I just sheath my machete and I follow Bambi.
Yeah. And I think the vibe is that she is not telling you this because it's clear that she doesn't want to openly reveal that she knows where Cotopaxi is. But as soon as you follow her, she turns around and looks at you, goes, "Well, why'd you do that for? Kill the guy." And she smiles at you.
Is this what Bambi sounds like? Thank you.
Yeah.
Incredible voice.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think Tar-Minotaur says, I will explain myself to his master. Where is the vice president?
All right, don't take this the wrong way, and don't cause any big scene. But the vice president is with a couple of scholars and scribes and such, drawing up some kind of secret papers. But I'm guessing this is important enough, so I could take you there, but I'd appreciate it being discreet, and you ain't exactly discreet, you know?
Then I think Tar-Minotaur just says, then I'm afraid you must temper your expectations.
Okay, I think you're reasoning with Bambi here.
Yeah.
I don't think you're
Maybe.
threatening her or anything, but I think you are saying like
Well, no, it was more like a joke. It was more like, I'll be as discreet as I can be, but as you pointed out, there's an upper limit to that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you think
it could be? It could be. I was just making clear what I was saying.
I still think it's a reason with someone in
Sure.
the sense that you're saying
Okay.
reasonably I can't be that discreet, but
Yeah.
I'll try.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
My cool is 0, so let's just go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 5.
Okay. Yeah. So she looks you over and she says, "Well, that's the thing. There's people here with eyes and ears everywhere. I'm gonna need you to get changed. Okay, I'm gonna need you not to wear the armor. Otherwise, you're gonna be found out, and we got people watching us."
I think Tar-Minotaur simply says, joking, of course.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah,
think, I think just looks at Bambi for a while. I assume they are not
Yeah.
joking.
They are
Mhm.
not joking, and I think they pause and goes like, "Okay, there's no negotiation here." And she says, "Does it has to be in person? Could I run him a message?"
I think Tar-Minotaur considers this for a moment,
Mhm.
and then says, you are his lover? Yes.
Yeah, well, that's complicated too. Sheesh, I was.
Then I would simply have you tell the vice president that I have slain his man, and I would wish to explain myself to him in person, my reasons for doing so.
Okay, I can see if you can come out and meet you. It might take a little while, but we can't have you go into the hideout, you understand? Not looking like that. It ain't a
Yeah.
hideout precisely, it's just,
Mhm.
Okay, if people knew there were important papers at that location, they would 100% try to steal them. You get me?
I have no interest in barging in where I am not welcome. I am
Okay, good.
simply stating that I must meet him to explain. It is a matter of honor.
All right. You sit yourself down over there. They'll give you a cup of tea. What am I talking about? You're a knight. You get a cup of tea. I'll bring him out as soon as I can. It might be a little while.
Then I shall go purchase bullets.
Yeah, all right. You do that. Meet you over there. And she points at like a little tea stall, and then hurries away, kind of annoyed at this whole situation, but clearly being like, okay, well, this is a mess I absolutely have to solve. So
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And she's definitely Marisa Tomei from My Cousin Vinny, right?
yeah, I guess so.
I am a
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I think I'm just going to. I mean, ammunition is free, so I don't necessarily think I need to drop jingle. But I
No.
wonder, like, do you think it's interesting to like cruise the market and see what's up,
Yeah,
just to kill time?
you can
Okay.
absolutely do this. There's a move
Right.
for that, correct?
Yes, there is. When a PC drops jingle, they roll plus barter to determine their buying power. And yeah, I think like this kind of like just to see what there's interesting here, kind of. It's
Yeah.
less about me being like, I want to buy this specific thing.
Yeah,
Well, like,
sure.
it can be.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool.
Roll plus barter.
Yeah, roll plus barter. I will, and of course, during that time, I'll just get some bullets, right, as well.
Yeah.
Barter is 0, so let's see.
Yes, I actually said status is free. Bullets are easy.
Oh,
So-
yes, bullets are easy. Okay. Okay,
so
you're right.
you can easily get
You're
them,
right.
but you're not.
Okay, well, I
However-
rolled an 11.
You roll an 11. So basically, by me saying it's easy, is there are no particular obstacles in the way here unless you had failed.
Yeah.
But you didn't fail. So
Yeah.
you are considered both rich and powerful. The market wants to sell you everything you want. It considers you a partner, an insider, even a part of itself. It goes out of its way, maybe even falls over itself to deal with them. And this is
Violence
kind of a
is the answer, it turns out.
yep.
Mhm.
And this is a fine dealery. I think most of the things here that are sold here are not practical. This is sartorial goods, right? This is fine clothes and luxuries.
Mhm.
So bullets can be found, absolutely. But what is offered to you at a very reasonable price for a
Mhm.
knight such as yourself is, I think, something woven, sewn, or otherwise created for you to wear, perhaps over your armor, perhaps under it, perhaps for comfort or perhaps for style. What do you think it is? So it's not that you're given it, but you're given an insanely good deal on it.
Silk is the thing here, right? From
Yep.
silkworms.
Yes.
And this is Sartori wear and gear. Well, but it's the Grand Caravanserai. Sartori wear and gear is part of the Grand Caravanserai.
Yeah, but I think generally the
Mhm.
Grand Caravanserai's vibe is like exotic luxury things.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm going clothes because that's the district you're in.
It makes sense to me. Let me have a quick think.
Perhaps
How hot? Yes,
it's
you
a
were saying?
razor edged. Maybe it's a razor edged sash. That feels vibey.
Mhm.
That is cool. I was going to ask, how hot do we think it gets in the summer?
I don't imagine this is a place that gets stupidly hot. It has been warming up, right? The climate has been shifting.
Mhm.
So I think perhaps it is getting unseasonably hot. There are occasionally heat waves now, but it's not the sort of place where heat is generally a problem. But perhaps it has happened once or twice that you've had heat waves.
I'm asking in the context of a person who walks around wearing a whole bunch of metal, including a bucket on their head.
Oh yeah, you can definitely be hot. Like
Mhm.
the fact that you don't take off your armor means you can be hot and uncomfortable in any climate, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think what I am being offered then, I like the razor edge sash thing, but I think like in terms of weapons to actually use, that's not Tar-Minotaur style.
Yep.
So I think maybe I'm offered that, and I think I turned that down. But what I think draws my eye really is a turban.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm thinking like one of those, like like medieval knights have like those turban things that they put on top of their like big, like the kind of helmet that Tar-Minotaur has.
Yeah.
That one of those things.
Okay. So you're offered a turban. Absolutely. You're also offered ammunition. You're offered many things. People do throw themselves all over you to offer you all kinds of clothes. It's just this is the one thing that might interest you, right? So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how do we think actually buying something works here?
Oh, I think that you drop jingle on things. That does mean that you have resources to offer. You also have status, is the thing. Like you also have status and influence. So how I think it works here is essentially, if you want to take something from the merchant, you just can do that, and they have no legal power to stop you. It's just they're going to be upset. Like it's rude. So I think this, for a person of your status, for the knights, how it used to work, right, is that it is not an exact system of buy for this amount and receipts. It is a system of giving and giving back in turn, right? So these people absolutely just offer you these things, and if you just take them and walk away, they will consider you incredibly rude, but they won't stop you.
No, and I wouldn't do that. That would be dishonorable.
Exactly. So they expect you to give them some gift or boon in return, and maybe in the olden days, I think it would have sufficed to just be like, I shall protect you and your lands, or some ceremonial boon, right? But that doesn't really fly anymore.
No, I think. Yeah, but it is the Grand Caravanserai, and these are depraved times with outsiders walking in and about. So I think I ask I ask them.
Mm.
I thank you for the gift. What troubles have there been with the Caravanserai?
Okay, you're aiming to pay them back in services.
Yeah.
Is that the goal? Yeah.
Well, I would
Okay.
never phrase it that way.
Mm-hmm. But
Well, I would,
that
but
is
Terminator never would phrase it that way. Yes,
Yeah.
basically.
but out of character, that is your vibe.
Yeah,
Like rather than
yeah.
give you goods, I would help you with your troubles.
I'll be real. I don't have goods.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you must have something because you succeeded on the barter roll, so you're considered rich. Maybe you have
because
something
I'm a
you
knight.
found in your old. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very fair. So I think the turban selling person. Oh yeah. Okay. We'll pull you into this then. I think the turban selling person bows and smiles at you in recognition, and says, "Now you mention it, good knight. There is a vile and wicked merchant who has been undercutting my business. Yes. He is, as it happens, out on the road now, bound for... okay, what's an interesting place to be bound for? Let me look at the map again. Yeah, we haven't seen the mosque.
No, we haven't. I was thinking.
Yeah. He is on the road now, bound for the Mosque of the Holy Swamp. Normally, he keeps a stall just there. If you could kindly tell him not to come back here, not to do his dirty deals anymore, where honest folk try to work, it would be much appreciated. And plainly, and I think this is something that probably even Tar-Minotaur can realize, this is just a merchant aiming to get rid of a rival. This is just a merchant going go over there, intimidate that guy to vacate this lot and stop competing with me.
Mm-hmm.
It is really just naked protection bracket tactics.
What name am I given?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's look up.
I just assumed it was Revolver Pinata, but it turns out it's not then.
It's not. It's not Revolver Pinata in this case. This is not you being sicked on Revolver Pinata directly. It is probably someone who is connected to it, though.
Tell you what, actually. Mm-hmm. I think you said that I figured this out immediately. So maybe we do get to the name, but I think I'm going to read the person, the turban merchant.
Yep.
I think I'll just simply... How about I do the roll and then I'll tell you what I actually say, and then you can tell me if it goes badly or not.
Absolutely.
I believe my sharp is -1. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a 4.
I'll tell you what I would do ask in this moment, though.
Yeah.
But just simply, I raise my hand up and I say, I understand that this matters much to you, but I am no bully boy. I will not go around threatening people simply for your gain, my friend. This is a great market. There are actual threats upon it, are there not? Name one.
Okay. I think he looks stunned and flinches a little at this, but I think I like where you're taking this direction, because I think this guy was just aiming to.
Yeah.
So he looks up and he goes, "Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not connect all of this together?" So he goes, "Well, if you mean big threats, of course, there is Ashurdan and his hound Revolver Pinata. You know of Ashurdan, right? I would not dream of getting involved in the business of knights, but Revolver Pinata is not a knight."
Mm-hmm.
And what he is saying here also is, we are worried about what Ashurdan will do. I think Ashurdan is very popular, but he is a folk hero, right? Which means that merchants are not necessarily on his side, like the poor generally are. But I think the merchants kind of prefer how the current quote-unquote administration is running things.
Yeah. Okay. I think Revolver Pinata Would it be fair to say that Revolver Pinata is a new name for Tar-Minotaur? Or
Yes.
is, okay.
I think so.
What's the rundown that this person gives me?
Yeah. So I think you are given. Let's establish this for everyone. What is going on here? Most people know some of the details of this already, but Revolver Pinata is a essentially, as Kid Gloves put it, an economic weapon. Revolver Pinata is a person who goes in with a bunch of gains that Ashurdan has for questionable reasons and just buys out people. Just like distributes bribes, buys supplies of things. Basically, is just kind of trying to do this sort of economic warfare, right? Where you just do takeovers of things, buy someone's entire stock, bribe someone to leave. So that is kind of the thing. What exactly the purpose of this isn't clear, but there are many reasons to have a bunch of merchants loyal to you who can just suddenly embargo your rivals or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so this seems to be what's going on. Revolver Pinata is fantastically rich and cutting a lot of deals to run people that Ashurdan doesn't like off the market.
Okay. And I'm also told to where I would normally find Revolver Pinata, I suppose.
Yes. Absolutely. Which in this case is probably at Sikari's regret.
Okay. Well, how convenient.
Because that's where the rail mall has stopped most recently, and it is known that Revolver Pinata was on the rail mall.
Okay. Then I think what Tar-Minotaur does in this moment, after, I guess, like, I don't know. You can tell me how it really is, but I am imagining this as a more like South Asian coded market. So even though I'm at this stall, I'm the most impressive customer in the market.
Yeah.
So I'm being given this turban, and this person's telling me, but I imagine there's a bunch of other merchants hanging around who start telling me all about like Revolver Pinata.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a crowd here. And the consequence of the miss here is that there is now a rumor flying about that you are going to deal with this terribly unfair competition.
Well, I suppose the best thing to do in that situation is to actually do it, right? So I think what Tar-Minotaur's going to say is actually not very much. Going to kind of like sip her tea because, well, that's also been offered, surely.
Yes.
And because, that's just how you do. And probably going to finish the tea. Going to look at the turban.
Mm-hmm.
First, put her helmet back on. Put the turban on top of her head to kind of like see how to adjust it a little bit. Looks at the merchant and says, "Your work is of fine quality, my friend. You source good materials. You work with weavers and tailors of skill, and your prices are good. You should trust in your own skills as a merchant to see you through towards prosperity. It shall happen." And then I'm going to walk out the door. I'm not going to be like, I'm going to kill Revolver Pinata for you. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to say it. And I'm going to give sage advice about asking people to, kill your opposition for you.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he was imagining killing, more intimidating.
Yeah. Well, see, that's his problem. He doesn't know what he's asking for. If I'm going after the opposition, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now there is a rumor flying that you are going to deal with this strange, wealthy merchant.
Yeah.
Very good. You still want to meet Cotopaxi first?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm still hanging at the tea stall. I guess I get another cup of tea.
Yeah, but we will probably cut away before you meet Cotopaxi. There's a lot of scenes going through. So Iskandaric.
Back just in time. Yes, hello.
Rotating back to you. Yes, your people are rushing in. Someone has just been killed in the basement. What do you do?
Yeah, so the plan was to someone's been killed. The blood curdling scream. I'm still whatever it is that killed them. I think going through the floor gives us the best gives us the element of surprise.
Yeah. So that's still the plan. Cut up the floor, jump down with a couple of your people. The ones who happen to be nearest. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this might not make most sense for Lady Iskandaric to do it, but the player, I'm not going to...
I mean, I told you it was the best way in, so you crash down. The question is it you that hops in the hole first, or is it thick as a brick, you think?
I gotta. Sometimes you gotta lead by example. I think.
Yeah.
This is an unknown situation, so I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in first.
Yeah, so you go in first. And what you drop down into is a crudely dug basement. This is clearly not something that was here in the
Mhm.
days when this was built as a railroad. This has been dug out afterwards, almost like a mine. There's like bare wood walls, wooden beams supporting it. There's like a lantern on the wall that gives some faint flickering light. And what you see is some sort of beast, some sort of these monsters that are almost extinct in the valley. And we have established that the last one we saw was insect-like. Let's have
Mhm.
everyone but Iskandaric here pitch in to paint the scene. What does this monster look like? What is it? Starting with, I suppose, Zoheb, you fought the last monster. So tell me, what is the general shape and vibe of this beast?
Okay, so there's a monster in the basement who has just killed someone. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How big is the basement?
Fairly large. It's what I will tell you is this is not a giant beast. This is not a troll-sized thing like the one Tar-Minotaur fought. It is smaller. So I'm just establishing that because a bigger one wouldn't fit in this basement, right? It's crudely dug out, and there are other reasons for this as well.
Oh, yeah.
But
Okay.
what sort of species is it? Mm-hmm.
Okay, dug out of the floor with earth, I suppose. That's been like reinforced with beams and so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is clearly something that tunnels. Now we could go for an insect. I think that would be the most obvious thing, but we don't want to go for an insect. We want to go for a big starfish mole-looking thing.
Okay. Starfish mole-looking thing.
Mhm.
Excellent. Tree, tell me, how does it kill people? Is it with its claws or is it with something more unexpected?
No, I think its claws it mostly uses to crack open whatever. So it's omnivorous. I think like much like a bear or something, right? It'll eat whatever, and it often uses its claws to break open like massive fruits, perhaps. But the way that it kills people is that it is so large and so impervious to damage that it simply falls on them and crushes them.
Yep. Okay. So this one isn't. I think this one is not full grown because it would be difficult to keep it if it were. But that's how it normally.
Yeah.
It uses blunt trauma. Yeah. Strength.
Yeah. It's like I'm imagining like how instead of a snake biting you with venom, it's the kind of snake where it just goes around you and crushes you and then you die, right? Like it's like
yes,
it uses its sheer bulk against you. But this one probably isn't yet able to do that.
Yeah. Okay. And Salty, finally. What signs is there here that these people have kept this beast in captivity? Because they have, in fact, kept this beast in captivity.
Oh, there are these, and I think they glint in the lights of the red demons peering down. There are these translucent, kind of papery shells scattered all around the brood that this creature has created. It is not the first that they have bred and kept down here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the eggs is still whole.
Yes.
And healthy, and we can see something moving inside.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay.
So yes, this is a monster, I guess not just caught, but bred in captivity. That's cool. And yeah, you drop down, it has smashed a big paw and like crushed the person who went down into the basement. And what you see at a quick glance is that they, not knowing what has happened, having been attacked by an unknown force very suddenly, have attempted to unleash this monster and have in fact succeeded, just been killed in the process. So whatever leash or chain it was on before is now unlocked.
Okay.
Like maybe it was in a cage, maybe it was on a leash, something like this. It no longer is. It is freed. And it has basically just stepped on the person that freed it.
Cool. All right. Dree, you said this is of such bulk that it's pretty much impervious to damage.
Yeah, it's like how bears have like such thick, like
Right.
not just
Yeah.
fur
Yeah.
but fat, right? So
Yeah.
it's like
Mhm.
you
So
can shoot them. It may not do anything, right?
Yeah, it is a
Correct.
bear-sized starfish mole.
All right, now because it is a starfish mold, it has one of the most sensitive organs of any mammal there is. I know just the way to incapacitate this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull out some pepper from my pocket.
Okay. Pocket pepper, and you're going to make it sneeze.
Oh my god, it's Peter Piper.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay. Very good. I think that you're trying something challenging here. I don't think this is necessarily an attack. I think this is a physical action that might be beyond you, and that is simply like dodging it while you fling pepper at it. So you're rolling with aggro.
I do
If
have
that's-
scavengers and thieves, so if I roll that, I might have just the thing. If I get a 10 plus,
Okay.
I might have just the
Yes.
thing or better.
Good. Go for scavengers and thieves then.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
All right. Okay, rolling plus. Oh, rolling plus hard. Oh, that's very nice for me.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Wait, it didn't work for some reason. Oh, because the plus is on the wrong side.
Mm.
It's a 9.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got pocket pepper.
You've got just the thing. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you fling out pocket pepper at it, and it flinches backwards. And I think this does not, this spooks it and startles it. It does not necessarily harm it, but it flinches backwards. It does not attack you. And you have the initiative in the situation, undoubtedly.
All right.
Like, it shies backwards, back towards the wall. There are signs of where it has perhaps expanded this dugout a little bit. Of course, you see the egg beside it, where there is another mole monster. Because moles hatch from eggs, clearly.
Indeed. Are my men down here now?
Oh yeah, they drop down behind you. Thing is a break.
Okay, so I'll describe what the general plan is. I think Iskandaric gets the idea that fighting this thing is going to be very tiresome. It's going to be a very lengthy thing, right? Trying to actually kill this thing.
Yeah.
So through a combination of poking it with their rifle bayonets and pocket pepper, they're gonna try to force it back into its cage. Like presumably it came out of a cage. It was unleashed somehow. Yeah.
Force it
back into the cage and lock it up. I think that's what we're trying to do.
Okay. So I think that we are. I think it still attacks someone, but the goal is to get them out of your way, knock them down, drive them away, or fight past them. So you're looking to pick that option on an attack.
Yeah.
And I think that you're attacking with a gang, which... How does that work again? When you use your gang as a tool or a weapon, it's your gang that inflicts and suffers harm. It's your gang that capabilities that determine how much work they can accomplish, etc. So, I think you're attacking this thing with your gang. The people who stand to be injured are your gang members, not you, if this goes poorly. And they will also determine how much harm you do. Although this thing has hella armor, so dealing serious harm to it is going to be very difficult.
Indeed. All right. Okay, but we are trying to push it back into this cage.
Yep.
11.
Okay. So,
Well,
yeah,
our dice are hot, guys.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
I remembered that you are also we are doing battle here technically, so you also have to roll acting under fire.
Oh, okay.
That is how it works, because you're also defending yourself, right? Like you have the initiative, but
cool. Okay, so that's cool. I don't have anything there.
And then you may afterwards pick which roll is which, so you can swap the pluses on them afterwards if you would like.
Okay, well, the first was an 11 and the second was an 8.
Yeah, so one of them will be a 7 to 9 either way. Yeah, one of them will be a 7 to 9, the other one will be a full hit. So it's up to you whether you want to do a full hit on defending or attacking. So if you defend on act under fire, then none of your crew members take any damage.
Okay.
Oh, they take little harm, sorry. If you get 10 plus on the defense, then you take little harm. Otherwise, you take full harm. And if you do 10 plus on the attack, then you get to pick 2 options. Otherwise, you just get the 1.
Yeah, I think I just need the 1, right? Which is hang on, let me look at the thing again. So when I attack someone, I can do terrible harm, seize all something. So yes, I'm choosing the pin them down thing.
Yeah.
Right? They're pinned down.
Okay.
They can't go anywhere. And yeah, I will. So and I'll take the 10 plus on the defense. So we take little harm.
Okay, and your crew has armor, correct?
Didn't you?
That's right.
Sorry, just to check. You rolled the same on both of those, and you have a +3 to hard, not but a +0 to cool. So it'd be no matter what your act under fire would be a 7 to 9.
Oh
it's the same
that's
roll.
right. That's right. You
roll
don't
with
pick.
a 6 the same. You don't get. Well, even if you pick, you don't get to add +3 to your cool to act under fire because you don't have +3 in cool.
Right, that is how it works. Yes, you pick the base dice. Okay, yes. Sorry, I confused myself there. What happens here is that you roll 2 sets of, and you add the stat to either of them, but you rolled the same, so you actually don't have a choice here. Yes, thank you, Salty. That is correct.
Okay. All right.
So let's start then with you do get 2 options on attacking. So you can get them out of your way. You can drive it back into its cage. What else do you want to do? Impress, frighten, or dismay it? Maybe make it frightened of you.
Yeah. Just don't attack us anymore. Thank you.
Yeah. But you do take some harm here, which is its normal amount, which is unfortunately a lot. So it is 4 harm minus whatever harm armor your gang has, as it just swipes a big paw at someone.
We have 1 armor. Is what we've got, all of us.
Yes. So then it is 3 harm, which is a lot.
Yes. Ow. Pain. Okay.
And when a gang takes harm, how does that work?
Widespread injuries, many serious, several fatalities.
Widespread injuries. Okay. I don't think it's interesting that there are several fatalities here. So I'm going to say that 1 person. Actually, the interesting outcome here, I don't think, is that anyone dies. I think the interesting outcome is that 1 person gets very seriously injured, and you have some minor injuries around there. So I think it's egocentric, your most ambitious fighter, who rushes up with the bayonet and like jabs it into its ribs and is confident that he is getting the killing blow. He like plunges it into its chest where its heart would be, and its fur is just too thick. And then he gets knocked to the side, just bowled over as the creature. I think it's even like trying to flee you. It's as it's turning around, it just kind of bowls him out of the way and steps on him.
Egocentric, no.
And then bumbles into its cave. And the interesting outcome here is that he's not dead. He's just very grievously harmed. His ribs have been cracked. And like if it had stepped more directly over him, it would have crushed his heart. But now it is just like broken at the side of his rib cage. It is the kind of thing he may even make a full recovery from, but definitely not now, and definitely not if he doesn't get help immediately.
Okay.
And he doesn't even scream out in terror because the wind has been knocked out of him. He just lies there whimpering. And like your people manage to wrestle the beast into whatever submission. I guess it is kind of a cage. I guess that makes sense. They like slam shut the iron bars around it. The iron bars, by the way, which are made of old grills. This is clearly like barbecue equipment that has been welded together to make a cage.
Yeah.
And they slam that shut and tie it down. And Egocentric has been stepped on.
Yes. Okay, let me think for a minute. All right, I think the situation is under control though. Now is it?
Yep. Okay. The beast is totally back in its cage.
The beast is back in its cage. All right. Okay. What can I do as not someone who's good at healing? Is there something I can do for Egocentric, like me personally, or?
You can't do anything to recover harm to him. What you can do is like put him on a stretcher and take him safely out of here.
Right. Like okay.
That. Get him to medical attention as quickly as possible. You don't have medic on your gang. I mean, you're roving bandits. So you could drive back to the tower. I think the only person who can save his life is Angelica.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is, okay, surely they didn't have just 1 radio, right? That the one that...
maybe.
Right? Is there another one? Or maybe we have a way of getting back to Angelica.
I think they definitely don't have another one. Take as a brick broke the only one. That was just a thing that happened. You do, however, have scavengers and things. When
That's
something's
right.
hard to come by, and you have spent some time at the tower, so it's not infeasible that one of your people have nicked a radio from somewhere around there.
Yeah. All right. Let's get a radio.
So let's see scavengers and thieves again.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. All right. Yay. No,
Okay.
not this is the thing. I have something even better.
Okay, very well. Open your brain, please, as you are thrown
Mm.
a radio unit by one of your people. And I think the
Alright.
better thing here is you have the blessing of the tower itself, so you may commune with it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to mark XP because I just did a bunch of stuff. So let me do that. All right, cool. Okay. Oh no, bit of 4.
Oh, and that misses. All right. So what
misses, yeah.
happens is you are thrown the radio. You can absolutely communicate with Angelica, but you also communicate with the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the tower here tells you very simply, like you take the radio and you're about to tune it in to speak with Angelica, right? And instead you hear this like recorded old messages from the tower. And of course it is a football broadcast because this is how you work. This is how you get the. So you get something like, oh, that is a nasty injury. Ooh, and then it switches channel, right? So it goes like, oh, that is a nasty injury. Ooh, that. Do not miss the chance. Your opportunity is now. Bye, bye, bye. And the message the tower is sending you is, fuck this guy. Leave him to die. You need this shipment.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
And then after these 2 weird intermissions, you do get through to Angelica, and you can send a message. But the tower has made its will clear.
Tower has made its will clear. That's an important character moment for Iskandaric. But I think the need of the many must outweigh the need of the few, or in this case, one. So she gets on the radio. She goes to Angelica, says, and she just says, "How quickly can you send someone here?"
Send someone? You have all the vehicles.
I don't have anything. All right.
Yeah, and I think this is true. Fennec Garibaldi had the other vehicle, are now in the possession of Tar-Minotaur and Perfidelity. So the tower has no means of transportation, like other than your 4-wheelers, and you brought all of those.
All right, I think that she goes, shit. I have another idea that might. Can the inscrutable real mall timetable can be made scrutable?
Okay, you want the rail mall to arrive?
I just want to see if it will.
Yes. Okay. I love this idea. Yes. I think that the rail mall can be arriving. It can be inbound.
All right. Oh, okay, so that I can just have that?
You can just have that. You can get egocentric on the train. Now, I will say, trying to get on the train presents its own problems because, well, it's a distraction from the raid you're trying to do, but it is faster than carting this guy home. I will also point out that the rail mall is, it's a train that has guards and stuff. It's not necessarily hostile to you, right? But it is not the kind of thing you can just waltz onto heavily armed and armored and be like, this is a train robbery, because they will totally take it as a train robbery if you try.
Oh, I was gonna say, here, take this guy to safety.
Yeah. That is absolutely possible, but I'm just flagging. It will not be completely trivial. Like you can negotiate this, but it will not be free. and the rail mall is not necessarily going to regard you as not a threat, right? Like, because you are a threat. So, but if that's what you want to happen, that can happen. I think we will close the scene there, though. So, the next scene is Tar-Minotaur finally meeting with Cotopaxi.
Mhm.
And I think you sit at this place, and then Bambi Overdrive kind of escorts Cotopaxi back to you and points in your direction. And Cotopaxi is a very old man, right? Do you mind recapping the sort of look you had in mind for him?
Let me refresh myself then.
Because you designed this person, so
Let's see. I described him as old, well-dressed, very mindful of his personal hygiene.
Mhm.
Despite his age, he has a bright red beard,
Yep.
which contrasts with the silver hair.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it.
yeah, bright red beard, silver hair, a very nice green suit today, I think.
Mhm.
And
good.
he steps forward. He is quite old, and I think he is being supported by a member of his polycule. So Bambi Overdrive is there, but she has a little bit of a distance from him. You can tell immediately that their relationship is perhaps a little bit strained. And the person who steps up is like very. The person next to him is some very elegant, beautiful, sort of androgynous looking person with long hair. I think also pale hair, like that kind of blonde that is almost silver. Who he's leaning on, as if he's not quite well. And this lover, who you do not know, sits him down and does not speak to you because you are a knight. Like both Bambi Overdrive and this other person are mindful of their station. Cotopaxi takes a seat opposite you and says, "I am sorry for the inconvenience. I did not expect to be seen by a knight whilst here."
Yeah, I think I shake his hand with my naked hand. I have taken my vambrace off.
Yeah, he shakes your hand also. He leans forward over the table slightly.
Yeah, I think I offer him tea because I think I'm buying. And then, I think I say, "You have heard that I have slain your Batman."
Yes, I have heard it, though I don't understand it.
I shall explain it. It is not meant to be an insult to you and your authority. The Batman. I have had a vision that has revealed to me that in the years after the fall of the Knight President, the Batman allowed flagrants of the Kajuful Pack access to the presidential palace. He was the one who enabled these vandals to storm the palace and set it afire. I have had this revelation. He also betrayed his sister, leading to her death.
These are grave accusations, but you are certain?
I think Tar-Minotaur says, "Have I the reputation of one with an addled mind? Have I the reputation of a liar?"
No, I suppose it's... Well, dear me, that is awful news. Awful. I had hoped the dear boy might, well, not have done such a thing. Oh, well, I suppose none of that matters anymore, does it? Jet lag? And he looks at his the mysterious blonde man next to him, or person next to him. And Jet lag, for that is apparently their name, smiles back softly and says, "No, I don't suppose it does matter anymore." Yes. And he coughs slightly. And he looks at you almost apologetically. He says, I must apologize for my long absence. I understand there have matters at the tower. I have been getting my... and he lowers his voice only slightly. And he says, I have been getting my affairs in order.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think Tar-Minotaur says, yes, there must be much to organize in your lifestyle. I think Tar-Minotaur thinks this is a reference to his love affairs.
Yeah, he leans forwards and I think both of the people with him look very uncomfortable at him just saying this, especially since he's a little deaf and a little loud.
Mhm.
Right? And this is, people have been shooed away. This is an important meeting, but he still says this loudly enough that people might feasibly hear it. And he says,
Mhm.
No, with a little smile. You see, I am dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Tar-Minotaur says, and with your passing, we shall lose much that connects us still to the old order, to the golden age.
Well, that is why I have appointed my successor. It is Jetlag Pistachio here.
Mm-hmm.
You just say to me Jetlag Pistachio?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I regret
Yeah.
it.
And he indicates this person who to you looks every bit like a courtesan. Like, this is not
Okay.
a serious politician. This is someone who is hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you react to this? Do you react not at all? Do you just go like, okay, that's your business?
Yeah, I think. Because he's a dying old man, I
Mhm.
think Tar-Minotaur is going to say, Jetlag Pistachio shall be inheriting what precisely?
Oh, the ceremonial position. You must understand that once we have a new knight president, there must be a new vice president, and, well, order must eventually be restored. It must.
Mm-hmm. I think Tar-Minotaur says, if this is the will of the vice president, then I cannot gainsay the matter. I can simply warn you that the Tower of Saint Fulmine has chosen a new protector.
Yes,
And she does not necessarily respect our institutions and our procedures.
Well, that is where I must ask your assistance, my friend. You are one of the few knights who still respect the ancient bond between president and vice president. If there is a new presidential candidate at the Tower of St. Fulmina, then you must ensure that they accept Jetlag Pistachio as vice president. You must!
I think this is the first time that Tar-Minotaur has had to think about Iskandaric as president.
Yes, I know. And to be clear, this is an old senile man who is not well. Like, you can tell this, right? He is... But...
I'll be real with you, Holly. Nothing that has been decided is the decision of well people.
No? No?
This guy just has a reason for it.
Yes, pretty much.
I think.
I mean, one of the things you established about Cotopaxi is he's constantly living in the past, and so this is how he reasons about this.
Yeah. Okay. So my unhinged response to this is going to be looking at my cup of tea because I think because I think this is the first time I allowed myself to realize that I have allowed someone to succeed Cazador Sicari, essentially. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I think I'm going to look at my cup of tea. And then I'm going to say, if the person residing in the Tower of Saint Fulmine is appointed knight president, which she has not yet been, then it shall be her prerogative to recognize Jetlag Pistachio. The pause is diegetic.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tar-Minotaur also pauses. Then it shall be her prerogative to recognize Jetlag Pistachio as her advisor. I can simply make the introduction as a courtesy to you, Vice President.
Good. Good. You honor your oath, and you honor the Knight President by doing this. It is very good that you're introducing dear Jetlag to Cassador, he says, and he isn't fully on board with
What happened with the timeline? Yes, I get it.
yeah. Uh-huh.
You know what? I'm going to look at Jetlag Pistachio over the rim of my cup. Obviously, I'm sipping tea, so I don't have my helmet on.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say I'm going to look at her, and rather than read a person, what I'm going to do is say, "Excuse me for a moment, Vice President. I must."
Of course.
Yes, I don't say what I must. I just say excuse me, and then I put my helmet on, and then I go for a very short walk, and then stare off into the distance. And inside my helmet, inside my safe space, I'm going to open my brain.
Okay, good.
I want to see what does the former Knight President have to say about this turn of events. What is her will? What is my purpose at this moment? Something like that, you know.
Beautiful. Yes, go ahead and open your brain.
That's a flat roll. That's a 7.
It's a 7. Okay, so you get vague and confusing vision. Yeah. And I may ask you a question in return.
Yes.
Okay, I will ask a question of you. Do you think that Knight President Cassador Sicari wants a successor at all?
Do I genuinely think so?
Yeah.
Would she want one at all? Yes, I think yes. In the broadest possible answer, in the broadest possible way, I would say yes. She would want there to be continuity. That does not necessarily mean that we have found one or that we have found a worthy one. Blah blah blah. But I think she would not want it to be the end.
She does not say after me the deluge.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Then I think the vision you get, the confusing and alarming vision you get is simply. Yeah, so you don't get a straight answer if Knight President Cassador Sicari approves of this. I think what you get is, in his youth, you get visions of Cotopaxi, right? When he was, well, you never know him when he was young. More hale and hearty and young, right?
No.
He was the vizier, he was the advisor. And he was maybe at times kind of a grey eminence. He was very good at this sort of like manipulation of people, of getting things done that needed to be done. The impression you get of Jetlag Pistachio is that Jetlag Pistachio is 10 times better at it.
Interesting.
And this is your confusing and alarming vision. Like, this is someone who is a better vizier. Is that a good thing? Not maybe necessarily, right?
Yeah, a vizier must serve a lord or lady.
And I think the image you get is basically these images of Cotopaxi and then of Jetlag Pistachio fulfilling the same roles, but with far more influence and savvy.
Okay. Then I think what I do is I walk back to Cotopaxi, and then I say, there is much afoot, Vice President, and you are also busy. I had simply wished to meet you and explain to you face to face my actions, so that you do not take offense. Do you take offense if I leave now?
No, not at all.
Yeah. And then I say, I shall make the introduction of Jetlag Pistachio to Lady Iskandaric of the Tower of St. Fulmine. I do not say Knight President.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time where I make like actual eye contact with Jetlag Pistachio.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting. And Jetlag Pistachio looks back at you with a smile, and yeah, I think you realize that this is a person who is in their own way quite dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I think you look into those luminous, beautiful, pale eyes, and there is not a move here, not immediately, but there is perhaps a sense of danger, or perhaps a sense of simply ambition.
Very nice. All right.
And
then,
if you wish to leave it at that, then you may leave it at that.
I think I will. I think I will simply, yes, bid adieu to Vice President Cotopaxi, and bid adieu to his heir apparent, because this is now a notable, of course.
Yep.
I'll say goodbye also to Bambi
Overdrive, yes.
Overdrive, because, well, to do otherwise would be rude. And then I'm going to get on Matthew Mark IV, and I'm going to drive to Sicari's Regret. And all the while, I'm going to think about what's going on.
Beautiful. And I think next session we will finally see people converge in Convergence Valley at Sicari's Regret, because we will have Ahiri there, we will have Perfidelity there, and we will have Tar-Minotaur there. But this time we did not have time for any share scenes, as it is, but I look forward to it next time. And exciting times. Thank you very much for listening. Tune in again next time to see the Convergence in Convergence Valley. And please do join our Patreon.
Fail consistently, so that counterbalance the incredible number of hits we rolled this session.
Yes, there must be balance, indeed. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to Desperate Attune Season 3, called No Anthem. I've been your host, Holly. With me have also been Zoheb, Aadiyat, Salty, and Tree. If you'd like to support our show, you can do so at patreon.com/desperateattune, which will give you access to our Discord and also give you access to our episodes 1 week early. If you'd prefer a one-time donation, you can do so at ko-fi.com/desperateattune, or you can buy our book Sunmirror at desperateattune.itch.io. The intro music is Steady Now by Waterflame, and the outro music is Ready Now, also by Waterflame. Our logo design is by Fahim Anzum Rumman. Thank you for listening to Desperate Attune, and we hope to see you again next episode.